When that first frost hits, it can feel like your garden's gonna take a hit overnight, but it doesn't have to. With a few simple steps, you can protect your plants and help them make it safely through cold snaps. Whether you're growing veggies, flowers, or tender herbs, these frost protection tips will keep your garden thriving even as the temperatures drop. But why should we be worried? That thin layer of frost can damage or even kill tender plants because it disrupts the water inside their cells. Light frost happens around 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit and might only harm the most sensitive plants like basil, tomatoes, or impatiens. Hard frost is when temperatures dip several degrees below freezing for hours and then can wipe out unprotected plants completely. Think of it like this. A light frost will only make your basil leaves look dark and sad, but a hard frost, that turns your entire tomato plant into a brown, watery mess. We want to avoid that. Knowing the difference can help you plan ahead, and in most regions, frost doesn't mean the end of gardening, just the start of a new routine. The first step in protecting your garden is knowing when the first frost will hit. Frost often happens on clear, calm nights when the temperatures drop suddenly, and even one frosty night can damage tender plants. So keep your eyes on the local weather forecast, especially when nighttime lows reach 4 degrees Celsius or lower. A simple outdoor thermometer can be your best friend, or even better, use a garden weather app that sends alerts when frost is expected. Remember, the coldest part of the night is just before sunrise, so if frost is coming, plan to cover your plants in the evening before the temperature drops. Being proactive can mean a difference between a thriving garden and one that takes weeks to recover. This one actually surprises a lot of people, but if you water your garden before frost, it can actually help to protect your plants. As long as we're talking about a light frost and not a deep, prolonged frost. Moist soil holds heat better than dry soil, so when temperatures dip overnight, that warmth slowly rises from the ground and keeps the air around your plants just a few degrees warmer. Those few degrees can make a big difference between healthy and damaged leaves. If you live in a mild coastal climate, this trick is especially helpful during early or late frosts when the cold snap is short. Give your plants a deep watering early in the day before the frost is expected so moisture has time to soak in and foliage can dry before evening. Avoid watering late in the day or leaving plants wet overnight, because ice can form directly on the leaves and can cause more harm than good. You don't need soggy soil, just evenly moist. Think of it as like tucking your plants in with a warm blanket from below. This simple step can really help protect tender roots and young plants from frostburn when the cold is short-lived. But if you're in a colder or inland region where the ground freezes solid or the frost lasts for several nights, watering won't provide much protection. In those cases, you'll want to insulate the soil with mulch or frost cloths. Row covers also help to shield your plants from deeper cold. When frost is in the forecast, it's time to give your plants a little more protection. Cover them in the evening with frost cloth, old bed sheets, burlap, or even lightweight blankets. Just avoid plastic, especially if it touches the leaves. Plastic doesn't breathe, and if the sun hits it in the morning, it can actually cook your plants, or the trapped ice can tear the foliage. A bed sheet is always better than a plastic tarp. If possible, prop the cover up with stakes or hoops so it doesn't touch the foliage directly. In the morning, once the sun is up and the temperatures rise, remove the covers to let air circulate and prevent excess moisture buildup. For smaller plants and seedlings, you can even use household items like buckets or cardboard boxes as quick frost shields. It's a simple routine that can save your plants, especially annuals, herbs, and tender vegetables, from the frostbite overnight. If you want something reusable and simple, frost cloths and garden covers are a great investment. They're lightweight, let light and moisture through, and you can reuse them season after season. Just remember to secure them at the edges so the wind doesn't lift them away during the night. If you'd like to stock up on frost protection essentials like frost cloths, mulch, or garden tools, visit us at Wildwood Outdoor Living, where we have everything to keep your garden safe and protected from frost. Mulching is one of the simplest and most effective ways to keep your plants safe from frost. A thick layer of mulch, about 2 to 4 inches, acts like a cozy blanket for your soil, keeping the roots insulated and helping to regulate soil temperature. You can use straw, shredded leaves, bark chips, or compost, whatever you have on hand. The key is to cover the base of your plants without piling the mulch directly against the stems, since that can trap moisture and cause rot. Mulch is especially helpful for perennials and root crops still in the ground, such as beets and carrots. It helps them survive those surprise cold snaps and can extend your harvest season. Potted plants are much more exposed to temperature changes because their roots don't have the insulation of the ground. When frost is in the forecast, move them to a more sheltered spot, close to your house, under a porch, or inside a garage or shed. Even moving them just a few feet can make a difference. The warmth radiating from the walls or pavement keeps the temperature slightly higher. If bringing them indoors isn't possible, cover them with a frost cloth, burlap, or even an old sheet overnight. You can also wrap the pots with bubble wrap, burlap, or straw to protect the roots from freezing. This simple step can save your most tender plants from frost damage and can help them bounce back once temperatures rise again. It can be tempting to want to tidy up your garden as soon as the cold hits, but resist the urge to prune right after a frost hits. When plants get damaged by the cold, those brown or wilted leaves might look messy, but they actually act as a natural layer of protection against future freezes. Pruning too soon can expose tender new growth or open wounds on stems, making your plants even more vulnerable to cold damage. Instead, wait until the danger of frost has fully passed and you start to see signs of new growth in spring. That's the perfect time to trim away any dead parts and shape your plants for a new fresh start. Patience here pays off. You're giving your garden the best chance to bounce back healthy and strong once warmer weather returns. A few minutes of prep can save you hours of heartbreak in the garden. With these simple steps, your garden will be ready to handle whatever fall and winter throw at it. And if you made it this far in the video, leave us an emoji in the comments. We'd love to see who's still gardening strong through the cold. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to get more tips and inspiration for your garden.